Hello and welcome to the programme. It's now time for Making Melody with Roy. Wherever you are going, discover a great programme jam-packed with great music, Southern gospel music at its best. Welcome to Making Melody with Roy, and we begin our time together with a song from that great gospel singing family, the His Songs, with Never Be a Mountain. May this encourage you as you begin your Sunday afternoon.
Of this valley, overwhelmed by mountains all around me. Time and time again, the Lord has made a way, so I'm clinging to my mustard seed of faith. There will never be a mountain too steep or too high. God goes the distance every time. He'll carry you to the other side. There will never be a mountain, never be a mountain, never be a mountain he can't climb. When you're facing monumental problems, just can't find a way to overcome them. If you trust in Him, the Lord will get you through. You'll be amazed at what God can do. There will never be a mountain too steep or too high. God goes the distance every time. He'll carry you to the other side. There will never be a mountain, never be a mountain, never be a mountain he can't climb. Never be a valley that he can't walk, never be a river that he can't cross, never be a storm that he can't stop, never be a trial too big for God. There will never be a mountain too steep or too high. God goes the distance every time. He'll carry you to the other side. Never be a mountain too steep or too high. God goes the distance every time. He'll carry you to the other side. There will never be a mountain, never be a mountain, never be a mountain, never be a mountain, never be a mountain he can't climb. Never be a mountain.
And that was Dale, Susan and Richard. And that's the His Songs. The group have been singing as a family for more than 28 years. A few moments ago, we had them kickstart our time together with the song Never Be a Mountain. Concert update for the His Songs and the Down East Boys. They're coming to Eastwood Baptist Church in Marietta, Georgia on June the 20th at 4 in the afternoon. Okay, just before we move on, I want to do the race over to the studio this afternoon. Lovely drive over. Mind you, roads were quiet and I was helped along the way by great music on Downtown Country. And well done to the DJ or the presenter, Paul McBride, for that. It just spurred me on. And now I'm here and looking very much forward to presenting another programme with you all. A big shout out to Anne, who's visiting us from Scotland, fresh from her week up around the Antrim coast. Trust, Anne, you've been enjoying your stay here in Northern Ireland, where we can offer breathtaking views and beautiful scenery. Yes, the world's easiest scenic walking routes have just been named, and one's in Northern Ireland. Yes, the Blue Trail at the Giant's Causeway is at number 10 on the list, alongside a trail in Wales. The study was by All Clear Travel Insurance, ranked 100 trails worldwide, with the top spot going to Artist Point in Yellowstone National Park over there in the United States of America. Taking 1 hour and 20 minutes to complete, the Giant's Causeway Trail offers breathtaking views and beautiful scenery, with hikers describing the experience as a must-see in Northern Ireland. Great hike with surreal views. Certainly another one for the to-do list when summer finally returns. Okay, can I just say a very good morning to our American team, to our American contingent, and that's hello to Paddy over there in Long Island. And then we go to Australia and say a very good evening to Gerald Preston, Brisbane, Australia. We go back to Florida and say hello to Lois Mercer Kearse, who's over there in the Sunshine State, and that's in Florida. We finish up this time around by saying a very good morning to Gloria Miller-Green, who roundabout now perhaps is drinking from her Irish mug Yes, she's having coffee as we speak. Great to have you all, ladies. Join us this Sunday, and we trust that you will enjoy the programme. In particular, enjoy the music. We are very glad you could join us on the programme. It's Sunday, the 8th of June, 2025, and we are live from our studio here in Northern Ireland. I hope everyone had a great week with not too much frumpy and bumpiness along the way. Mind you, the weather was a bit disappointing, but we made it through, and I'm so glad to be here on this Sunday afternoon, our best day of the week, where I get to play the best Southern gospel music. Like my next choice, it's the Wisnants sing God's Bigger Than That.
Every day, the captain of glory is leading the way. We are headed to a city. He's taking us on back. No matter what's before us, God's bigger than that. My God is bigger than the mountains or the raging seas. He's bigger than my worries. He's bigger than my needs. He is the rock of ages, sweet victory. God's bigger than that. You may face a raging battle of Satan every day as he constantly reminds you of all your past mistakes. See, he's got his eyes upon you. He's trying to turn you back, but he knows you know the answer. God's bigger than that. My God is bigger than the mountains or the raging seas. He's bigger than my worries. He's bigger than my needs. He is the rock of ages, sweet victory at last. No matter what the problem, God's bigger than that. He is bigger than all my problems, bigger than all my fears. God is bigger than any mountain that I can or cannot see. Bigger than all my questions, bigger than anything. God is bigger than any mountain that I can or cannot see. My God is bigger than the mountains or the raging seas. He's bigger than my worries. He's bigger than my needs. He is the rock of ages, sweet victory at last. No matter what the problem, God's bigger than that. Well, he is the rock of ages, sweet victory at last. No matter what the problem, God's bigger than that.
An important announcement by Nathan Widener of Sabbath Quartet. Yes, Derek Boyd is the new tenor vocalist for the group with immediate effect. Both guys have travelled extensively as part of the Dixie Melody Boys, reuniting for what they believe is a brand new and exciting season for Sabbath Quartet. Described as a veteran of gospel music, Derek has sung with the likes of the Carolina Boys, the Kingsmen, Heaven Bound, the Blackwood Quartet, and the Anchormen. We can expect new music pretty soon from Sabbath Quartet. Just checking my summertime playlist, and I have something by the Down East Boys and the Carolina Boys coming up later in the programme. But right now, it's New Ground singing Hand on the Plough.
In this world we live, there's trouble all
seems a mass of souls are dying out in the sun. But if we'll work until he sees you stand, just be faithful, for he's promised a great reward when day is done. So keep your hands upon the plow and don't look back. In the heat of Taylor's strength to face the task, our God has promised us a better day tomorrow. Keep your hands upon the plow and don't look back.
Now when Lot's wife was leaving Sodom and Gomorrah, God said, don't turn around, but she looked back to see all the pleasures of this life she'd left behind her. She became another fact of history. So keep your hands upon the plow and don't look back. 'Cause in the heat of Taylor's strength to face the task, God has promised us a better day tomorrow. Keep your hands upon the plow and don't look back. Just keep your hands upon the plow And don't look back.
don't look back.
So keep your
Hands upon the plow and don't look back.
'cause in the
Heat of Taylor's strength to face the task.
and God has
Promised us a better day tomorrow. Keep your hands upon the plow and don't look back.
our God, He's a
Promised us a better day tomorrow. Keep your hands upon the plow.
and don't look
No,
back.
don't look back. No, don't look back.
Yes, indeed. Don't look back. Hands on the plough. And that was by New Ground. Okay, let's do some more names and keep things rolling here along on the programme today. And Gordon, well, yes, I wanted to say our good friend, the Sheriff, Jim Brown, is in. Sorry, ladies, he was first in today on my screen. So we'll give him credit where credit is due. Hello to Jim, the Sheriff of Tandragee. Hope all's well, Jim, and that you had a good holiday. I haven't seen you in a long time, but I do know that you were over there in Turkey, I think I'm right in saying. So hope everything went well. Hello also to Margaret. And if you're up in St. Francis Nursing Home, just outside of Portadown, hello to everybody up there who happens to be maybe listening in today in the common room. Mentioned Gordon and Francis, that's the Wallaces. Some beautiful photographs coming through there during the week there from Gordon. Really been enjoying them. He must have been away somewhere, whether it be day trips or that, but well done to Gordon. Hello also to Elizabeth, that's our good friend Elizabeth Gardner, and Elizabeth's over in Lurgan. Great to have Elizabeth with us today. We move then down to County Donegal and say a very good afternoon to Betty. That's our good friend Betty Patton down there. Then we go back up to where Gordon and Francis live, and I guess these people are neighbours. That's Lynette and Eric, that's the Seatons. They're from Dramara, under the shadow of Slave crew. Maybe you're watching in today, Lynette and Eric, on the big screen. Hello also to Charlie. Back to Portadown, and Joanne's in. Joanne, Lydia and Elijah. That's the folk down there near Kernan in Portadown. And I hope you're having a great Sunday afternoon, Joanne, Lydia and Elijah. Finish off this time around by going to Carrickfergus, and that's Carol and Davy and the family. They're all down there in Carrickfergus, and Carol and Davy have joined us this afternoon. More names as we move through this afternoon and through the programme. Yes, I wanted to mention, it's coming down, getting ready to get into the car. It's wonderful what happens to you whenever you start rushing about, and it's coming down to get into the garage and get into the car to come here to do the programme. And I noticed that one of my laces was loosed, so I got the foot up onto the rung of a step ladder, and eventually got the shoe tightened, and sort of overstepped my balance, and I fell into a spider's web. Yes, and it must have been there for some time, because it was all over my face and hair. And yes, I had a job trying to get the glasses cleaned, and but I think eventually we got it sorted out. And if you happen to see a spider move round onto my nose and that, be sure and tell me. You know how it is at my age, and that their balance is critical. And as I say, I overstepped, but hopefully everything has worked out. I don't feel anything at the moment, but one never knows. But we'll keep going, and simply too good not to share. In letters of crimson, God wrote his love on a hillside so long, long ago. For you and for me, Jesus died, and love's greatest story was told. I love you. I love you. That's what Calvary said. I love you. I love you. Written in red.
The Lord took a walk on the water that day. The wind started to blow, so tall were the waves. Then Peter stepped out in faith on the tide. The anchor of hope was there by his side. And there's an anchor of hope, both sure and steadfast. It holds through all seasons, forever to last. From the beginning of time, steady and true. This anchor of hope is waiting for you. Someday we must cross Jordan's waters so wide. Our anchor will hold, though the storm may rage high. All fear will be gone as over we roll. This anchor of hope holds fast to my soul. There's an anchor of hope, both sure and steadfast. It holds through all seasons, forever to last. the beginning of time. It's steady and true. This anchor of hope is waiting for you. And there's an anchor of hope, both sure and steadfast. It holds through all seasons, forever to last. From the beginning of time, it's steady and true. This anchor of hope is waiting for you. This anchor of hope is waiting for you, is waiting for you, is waiting for you.
Yes, and that was the Anchor of Hope, and that was by United Quartet, right here on Making Melody with Roy. We are back after this with lots more great music and stories, so do stay tuned.
The long and spirited history of gospel music is an inspiring story of hope, faith, and God's amazing love. Its soulful message not only touches the heart, but reaches into the depths of your very soul. From the singer who sings the song to those who live its story, gospel music is not just music, it's a way of life.
Okay, let's have it for National Best Friends Day. Yes, today, Sunday, the 8th of June, a day set aside to honour your closest and dearest friends. We all know that sometimes relationships between besties can be somewhat a little fierce at times and can withstand distance, can withstand the storms of life and even silence. Whether we have known them all our lives or they are more recently acquired, best friends make tough times bearable, fun times memorable, and memorable times priceless. Always remember that. So let's say Happy Best Friends Day, everyone. And now, the Mylan Hayes family up next with this song, Where No One Stands Alone.
Once I stood in the night with my head bowed low in the darkness as black as could be, and my heart felt alone, and I cried, oh Lord, don't hide your face from me. Hold my hand all the way, every hour, every day, from here to the great unknown. Take my hand, let me stand where no one stands alone. Like a king, I may live in
in a palace so tall, with great riches to call my own. Oh, but I don't know a thing in this whole wide world that's worse than being alone. Hold my hand all the way, every hour, every day, from here to the great unknown. Take my hand, let me stand where no one stands alone. Take my hand, let me stand where no one
Okay, I think you'll agree with me there. Great ministry there by the Mylon Hayes family. And I just want to update our American friends as the Mylon Hayes family are ministering today. That's Sunday, the 8th of June. First up at the Emmanuel Baptist Church, Fox Mountain Road, Columbus, North Carolina, 10 in the morning for morning worship. Then at Shaw's Creek Baptist Church, Shaw's Creek Church Road, Hendersonville, North Carolina for 6 in the evening. And you know, I gotta say this, if I was there, I'd be enjoying the ministry of the Mylon Hayes family. That would be an ideal way to spend your Sunday. But unfortunately, I can't be in the studio I'm in the studio presenting a great program packed with some awesome music helping you move through your Sunday. Two leading Christian ministries have joined forces to distribute more than 87,000 Bibles in 22 languages across Africa and the Philippines. Cure International, which provides free surgical care to children with disabilities, is teaming up with the global Bible ministry Biblica. The £400,000 project will supply Bibles to families at Cure's 8 hospitals with scripture in their language. Ernest Kayoko, Chief Ministry Officer, said in a recent interview with the Christian Post, of all the things we can give our patients, the Bible is the greatest gift. Currently at the halfway point in the programme, from sunrise this morning, we have been eagerly awaiting our More Music Sunday, our best day of the week. We get to enjoy lots of great music. I'm going to take one more song before our encouraging verse. It's going to be Man on the Middle Cross by Sound Street.
Heard the preacher talking about 3 wooden crosses, a
up on a hill for everyone to see. Two sinners on the outside couldn't save themselves if they tried. All I could think is, man, that sounds like me. I've been the one on the left, full of guilt and regret, long gone on the wrong side of living. I've been the one on the right, always looking for a fight, thinking I could never be forgiven. I'm standing here today, overwhelmed by grace, 'cause I know who paid my cost. Thank God for the man on the middle cross. He didn't have to do it, but for me, he went through it. A love like that, I'll never understand. Lord knows I don't deserve it, and I know I couldn't earn it. But mercy rained down on this desperate man. I've been the one on the left, full of guilt and regret, long gone on the wrong side of living. I've been the one on the right, always looking for a fight, thinking I could never be forgiven. I'm standing here today, overwhelmed by grace, 'cause I know who paid my cost. Thank God for the man on the middle cross. The cross is where he went, oh, but that ain't where he stayed. He brought me back to life when he rose up out of that grave. Someday I'll stand before him and I'll see Jesus face to face. I worship and adore him for a life forever changed. I've been the one on the left, full of guilt and regret, long gone on the wrong side of living. I've been the one on the right, always looking for a fight, thinking I could never be forgiven. I'm standing here today, overwhelmed by grace, 'cause I know who paid my cost. Thank God for the man on the middle cross. Thank God for the man on the middle cross.
Okay, folks, I got it. Right, okay, we're going to do some more names just before we move into the encouraging verse. And I want to go over to YouTube and say a very good morning to Violet. Violet McMillan is there with us this afternoon. Hope all is well, Violet. And I trust you're enjoying the music here on the programme. Dr. Eileen Miller has joined us, and great to see Dr. Miller with us this afternoon. And Dr. Miller fronts up Miller Ministries for Christ. And I trust all is well, Eileen, as you enjoy today's programme. Then Carl D. Moore has joined us also, and I think, if my memory serves me right, Carl is over there in the United States, and I trust all is well. And then we have Peggy Harvey. Great to have Peggy with us this afternoon. And I see David and Avril are over on YouTube, keeping things right there. And trust you guys had a great time away. And Anne has also joined us. It's our good friend Anne Kyle, who's with the team in the control booth just behind the studio here. And yesterday we took a drive with Anne, Helen and myself, and we went up around the County Down coast, up around Warren Point, Kilkeel, and we had something to eat. You may have seen all the food that was being displayed over the this weekend. I was out on Friday night connecting with some friends from work, and we enjoyed a great time of fun, fellowship and food, all in that order. But more of that just a little later on the programme. But we stopped off at Anna Long with Anne yesterday, and we had a great meal in the Galley restaurant up there, and I think a lot of you would be familiar with the Galley restaurant in Anna Long. Interesting thing was, table was booked for 5 o'clock, and we heard people were ringing up looking to see if there was any space. We were scheduled for 5 p.m, and the earliest that the next sitting would be available would be 7:30 in the evening. That just shows you how popular it is up there in Anna Long. And once we were coming out, there was a queue of people all waiting to get in. Food was good, the fellowship and the fun was good, and the drive back through the Silent Valley there in the Mourne mountain range. And I just see Anne was commenting there to Cheryl and several others that it is similar like Scotland, that part of the world in the province, and it is indeed. And I was thinking there, just when I read those comments, I had relatives, cousins, home from Las Vegas last year, and they were amazed as we drove through the countryside, and they said it was very similar to the countryside in Washington. So if anybody has been to Washington, well, we have similar terrain and that here in Northern Ireland. I think it would make you want to come on over here and enjoy the food and the scenery. Enough of that, and we'll come back to the names. I see Alita's in, and I'll say hello now, Alita. Good morning, Salem, Virginia. But I want to mention something just a little later, maybe after a couple of songs, as we move on. And this week it's Psalm 34 and verse 4. And I sought the Lord, and he answered me. He delivered me from all my fears. Clearly a testament by David to God's faithfulness in the lives of those who seek him. God has the power to deliver from both the physical threat and the inner fear associated with all our worries. You see, David's experience is a reminder of God's power to hear and answer prayer, and his ability to deliver from all threats and distress. We must simply trust in God's provision and care at all times, for he is able to respond to our needs and deliver us from the things that trouble us. God must really love us. It's by the Dixons. My next song, how appropriate after what we have just heard.
I can hear it in the sound of children's laughter. I can see it by the way that people smile. And I can feel it when the sun sets over the mountains. And I can see it through the pictures of the clouds. God must really love us, gave himself for us. He died so he could purchase you and me. And buried, but he rose up on the third day. And I talk to him today, hear it when a church choir is singing, and I can read it in the scriptures written down, and I can feel it when a preacher is preaching, and I can see it when a sinner walks an aisle. God must really love us, gave himself for us, died so he could purchase you and me. And everybody rose up on the third day, and I talked to him today, so I've got to say, God must really love us, gave himself for us.
And he died so he could purchase you and me.
He was buried, but he rose up on the third day, and I talked to him today, so I've got to say, God must really love us. God must really love us.
Okay, folks, let's keep the ball rolling, as the say goes, as far as the names are concerned. I want to do a few more before we go into this next piece, which is coming up. It's an interesting piece. It's something that I didn't know we had here in Northern Ireland, but we'll tell you more about that after we do a couple of names. I mentioned, well, Anne is in. We'll give her a second go there, and I hope she did enjoy yesterday, the drive through County Down Coast and our something to eat at the galley. With a slight accident at the galley. Yeah, she missed her mouth, and the fried onions landed on her lap. We hope, Anne, that you got that sorted and spot cleaned, and everything's okay right now. Sandra, good to have Sandra with us. Sandra Scott from Portavogie. Lovely to have you, Sandra, and I trust you're enjoying the music today. Bangor, down in Bangor, her ladyship is there. That's Vivian Forsyth. Vivian, I noticed that there is something happening in Bangor. You're getting a major refit of the marina. A lot of money involved, and it certainly will look well. And working in Craigavon today is our good friend Linda Jean. That's Linda Jean Watson. And I trust, Linda, that you're enjoying the music. Front of house there at Urgent Care. And I've already mentioned Avril and David, meters and graders. Great work done by you both. And we'll finish off with Gillian and Nigel. That's the Campbells. They're up there in Coleraine. We'll do this wee story. What about it? It's an interesting story in actual fact, because it's been described as heaven touched earth, with 52 souls committing to Christ during an outreach with a Korean choir in London, England. 140 member choir from Zion Mission in Korea, now residing in Vancouver, Canada, joined some British evangelists to bring the gospel to the streets of London, England, resulting in 52 souls being saved. The event was hosted by the London Shepherd Church, which is based in South London, and was followed by a performance at the Royal Albert Hall by the choir. People stopped in their tracks. Some looked confused, others curious, and many were visibly moved you could feel the presence of God resting on that place. We'll say amen to all those that committed their lives, 52 souls, to the Lord. Many of us here in Northern Ireland will be aware that Royal Hillsborough is home to the King and Queen when they come to visit here. But it is also home to the UK and Ireland's oldest and smallest private army. Yes, Hillsborough Fort Guard was formed by royal charter from King Charles II back in 1660 and was created to protect the fort from attack. But today its duties are purely a ceremonial role at the royal residence, Hillsborough Castle, while promoting tourism in the village. Known as the Castlemen or Warders, declining numbers have blighted its 365-year existence. For years, the bugler was left to carry out ceremonial duties. Then in 2021, warrants were issued for 6 new warders as part of the Fort Guard. This week, the final restoration saw the Guard return to its full original strength of 20 warders when 13 new warrants were issued. The majority of the Guard members have carried out public service duties, and all are volunteers. After the investiture, which was attended by the Deputy First Minister and dignitaries, the band of the Royal Irish Regiment led the Castlemen through the village. The first time its full complement of 20 warders since 1890. Dressed in their distinctive uniforms and by corner 2-pointed hats and plumes, celebrating almost 400 years of history in the village. The King sent his warmest good wishes to everyone present at the event. As we move into our next song by the Down East Boys, glad to acknowledge the 81st anniversary of the D-Day landings, the 6th of June 1944, when the largest seaborne invasion in history, along with the associated airborne operations. This marked the start of the liberation of France and Western Europe. Chosen song, Ready to Leave, and it's by the Down East Boys.
Building hopes down here and planning ahead. So busy with their fortunes, they forgot what Jesus said about the wars and earthquakes and the fig trees budding leaves. But there's a group of people getting ready to leave in the twinkling of an eye, making investments in the bank up in the sky. Preparation's not a reason to grieve. Are you in that number getting ready to leave? Sinner, what's the reason for your needless delay? While you're hesitating, Christ could come back any day. Well, heed the Spirit's move, make the way to Calvary, and get in that number, getting ready to leave. To leave in the twinkling of an eye, making investments in the bank up in the sky. Happy preparation's not a reason to grieve. Are you in that number getting ready to leave? Ready to leave in the twinkling of an eye, making investments investments in the bank up in the sky. Happy preparations, not a reason to grieve. Are you in that number? Get ready to leave. Ready to leave in the twinkling of an eye. Making investments in the bank up in the sky. Happy preparations, not a reason to grieve. Are you in that number? Are you in that number? Are you in that number? Get ready. Get ready to leave. Ready to leave in the twinkling of an eye. Making investments in the bank up in the sky. Happy preparations, not a reason to grieve. Are you in that number? Get ready to leave. Ready to leave in the twinkling of an eye. Making investments in the bank up in the sky. Happy preparations, not a reason to grieve. Are you in that number? Are you in that number? Are you in that number? Get ready. Get ready to
Okay, folks, trust you enjoyed that particular one. Down East Boys said we'll be having them. Actually, I have two songs picked out for our programme today, and that was Ready to Leave, as I play catch-up and striking all off here on my playlist. Some more names before we move into this next particular segment of the programme. And Helen's in. Helen Gracie, great to have you in with us today, Helen. I'm sure Anne says hello to you also. Hello to Maisie McKee and David. That's David and Maisie McKee. Great to have you good folk with us this Sunday afternoon, and I trust that you're enjoying the music on the programme today. Hello also to Mary. That's Mary Campbell. Great to have Mary with us this afternoon. And Joan McWhirter is in. Yes, hello Joan. Trust you're enjoying the programme also. And I think I've been mentioning you just a little later in the programme, second time around. Double portion, as they say. We finish off this time around by saying hello to Harold. That's our good friend Harold Williamson. Lovely to have Harold with us today. Okay, I'm going to do this because I think I held it back from a run out of time on last week's programme. It's an interesting story, this next one, with Buckingham Palace having released records referring to official gifts given to the royal family during their coronation month. Yes, topping the list was a Rolls-Royce Cullinan for the King, which was a gift from the King of Bahrain and is not intended for personal use. Instead, it's for official purposes, including state occasions. Former US President Joe Biden and the former First Lady Jill Biden gifted the King with a leather folder containing printed letters between Queen Elizabeth II and former US President Eisenhower. While during an audience with the Ukrainian President Zelensky, the King received a framed mosaic and scroll document about Saint Sophia Cathedral and a signed Ukrainian flag. Both the King and Queen also received their gold blue Peter badges from presenters. And guess what? The boss will be releasing details next week of gifts I have received. Wonder, have I got a Rolls Royce Cullinan in that? 170 inmates stand in line waiting patiently to be baptised at the Sumner County Jail. That's a small jail in Tennessee. The men and women wait their turn, given the opportunity to publicly declare their newfound relationship with the Lord, and change that has taken place within their hearts. Each of the inmates will be due for release soon, having time served for their crimes committed. The baptizing serve as a fresh start. God Behind Bars, a ministry, have been working with inmates since 2009 to restore the lives of the inmates by helping to build their faith during incarceration and after release. Long Hollow Church and First Baptist Church of Hendersonville work closely with jail staff at Sumner County Jail, baptising inmates throughout the year. The inmates have prayer teams, small groups and prayer groups every night within their units, inviting others to join in. The church group provides the inmates with a stable church home and follow up upon release.
Peace within, lost and afflicted, seems there's no end. No hopeful sign can I see this time, I just can't get through. At an altar of prayer, he met me there. He lifted my burdens and conquered my fear. When the blood was applied, the answer came by. Thank God he chose me. He was there in the middle of the night when I lifted my hands and started to cry. The blood met me there when I was down on my knees. I called out and he heard my plea. He could have been calming the storms and the seas, or lifting the sickness, or healing disease. But he heard my cries and left heaven's side. Thank God he chose me. Mercy came down and overtook my soul, gave life a new meaning. Now I'm happy and whole. I'm no longer ashamed of the sins I had owed. You see his grace, it covers me. The desert was hot and I was thirsty and dry. No hope for tomorrow, not a prayer inside. Interceding my needs because I believe. Thank God he chose me. He was there in the middle of the night when I lifted my hands and started to cry. The blood met me there when I was down on my knees. I called out and he heard my plea. He could have been calming the storms and the seas, or lifting the sickness, or healing disease. But he heard my cries and left heaven's side. Thank God he chose me. He could have been calming the storms and the seas, or lifting the sickness, or healing disease. But he heard my cries and left heaven's side. Thank God he chose me. He chose me.
Okay, right, I want to just mention, sorry for being distracted there, because Carl D. Moore sent me a wee comment there. Just thanks, Roy, thanks for remembering. Carl's over on YouTube, And thanks for remembering my hometown. And it's Carol Demure from South Carolina in the United States. You are amazing, and God bless. Carol, don't make me blush, but I'm glad that you enjoyed that wee segment there about the Sumner County Jail. It really is happening, and it's great to see there as it sweeps across the United States. Lovely part of the world, South Carolina, yes. And I thank you so much and trust that you continue to enjoy making melody with Roy. Okay, I had some good news yesterday. Yes, some good news. Listen in, Alita, because it doesn't concern you, but it's you know all about it. Okay, so went to the opticians yesterday morning, 10:30 appointment. I had been in difficulty with viewing the autocue and my computer at home, so decided to make an appointment. Went to the opticians yesterday, got full inspection done, checked over, chatted away to Lisa Dunleavy is my optician there in Upper English Street in Armagh. Well worth a visit, well treated down through the years. But anyhow, we got all the testing done and everything else, and we were chatting, and she says, Roy, I've good news for you. She says, your eyes are actually getting better. I says, what? Yep, your eyes are actually getting better. You've gone from being short-sighted to being long-sighted. So with age, sometimes this happens. So I was delighted to hear that. So we have frames coming, and we might bring them in to the programme, and you'll help me choose the frames. But anyway, where the connection is with Alita, it transpires that her brother actually has married a Southern belle. Yes, a Southern belle. And I immediately started to inquire, and I says, Lisa, I have been to America last year, and we had a great time down in eastern Tennessee, down south, and we met lots of Southern belles. And I have got photographs to prove it. And we talked about, and I told her about my experience in Pigeon Forge, a lovely experience. And no matter where we went as the team, as we moved through attending the National Quartet Convention, and we encountered lots of Southern belles. And even at Dolly's Stampede, and her brother has actually married a girl from Tennessee, a Southern belle. So Alita, there you are. You'll be pleased to hear that, that somebody over here in Northern Ireland, somebody that I know, has actually married a Southern belle. Looking forward to getting back, DV, come September, back to Pigeon Forge, and we'll keep you posted as and when all the details start to come in about that trip. Okay, Elizabeth Gardner. Elizabeth has a caravan at Annalong, and she enjoys the galley also for something to eat. Good to have that information, Elizabeth. Hello to Rhonda Bowman, to Lowell Welded over in Atoka in Oklahoma. Hello also to Jim and Monica, and hello also to Becky Rains Sable, also in from the United States. Back announcing on that song, yeah, got carried away there by the Freemans with He Chose Me. Some pretty good music around this afternoon. Let's tell someone about the programme. Yes, please do. Loving the messages coming through to me here in the studio. Lovely to find out where you're from and what you've been up to this Sunday afternoon. I had a lovely wee night out on Friday. Here we go. Catching up with a colleague Big shout out to Elaine and Michelle. Always lovely to catch up. Lots of food, fun and fellowship at the table. Already working towards another catch up. Certainly can't wait. I surprised them both by my choice of sides. Wait for it. I was very adventurous. I chose coleslaw, which got a hysterical reaction from the girls and even the waitress. I love a hot and cold dinner once in a while. Last night just happened to be the night thoroughly enjoyed my meal at Bubba Drew's. Big shout out to Michelle, Elaine, Alistair, Kenzia, Hannah, William and Kane. Concert update before we head over to the next song. Hey Texas, somebody is heading your way in June. Yes, the Crimson River Ministries present their 35th year of gospel concerts with the Down East Boys and the Mylon Hayes family. Friday the 20th of June at 7 in the evening. Lakeview Baptist Church, Belton, Texas. Zip 76513, crimsonriverministries.com for all information. Hey folks, if I was in Belton, Texas, June 20th, I'd have my ticket by now. Song from the Down East Boys. Wanted so much to play this next song from them. I remember the time. I hope you enjoy it.
At 11:02, I sat in a pew in the middle of the opening prayer. As the preacher did stand and the sermon began, I wondered why I was still there. A half hour later, I felt something greater than I'd ever felt before. My mind was racing and my body bracing, for I didn't know what was in store. To my soul when I knelt at an altar of prayer, still fresh in my mind the day I did find the Lord waiting patiently there. The day and the hour I found saving power. What a joy for my heart to find. My future was changed the day I got saved. Oh yes, I remember the time. At 12:02, I stood from the pew as the choir sang just as I am. For the next 30 seconds, I could feel the Lord beckon as the knuckles turned white on my hands. I stepped in the aisle. It was just a short while before at the altar I came. But by 12:09, I was feeling just fine, for I knew that my soul had been saved. Oh, how the glory did roll. What a thrill to my soul when I knelt at an altar of prayer. Still fresh in my mind the day I did find the Lord waiting patiently there. The day and the hour I found saving power. What a joy for my heart to find.
The Book of Psalms. Psalm 34. A psalm of David when he changed his behavior before Abimelech, who drove him away, and he departed. I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. My soul shall make her boast in the Lord. The humble shall hear thereof and be glad. O magnify the Lord with me, and let us exalt his name together. I sought the Lord, and he heard me, and delivered me from all my fears. They looked unto him and were lightened, and their faces were not ashamed. This poor man cried, and the Lord heard him, and saved him out of all his troubles. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them. O taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man that trusteth in him. O fear the Lord, ye his saints, for there is no want to them that fear him. The young lions do lack and suffer hunger, but they that seek the Lord shall not want any good thing. Come, ye children, hearken unto me. I will teach you the fear of the Lord. What man is he that desireth life, and loveth many days, that he may see good? Keep thy tongue from evil, and thy lips from speaking guile. Depart from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it. The eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous, and his ears are open unto their cry. The face of the Lord is against them that do evil, to cut off the remembrance of them from the earth. The righteous cry, and the Lord heareth, and delivereth them out of all their troubles. The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all. He keepeth all his bones, not one of them is broken. Evil shall slay the wicked, and they that hate the righteous shall be desolate. The Lord redeemeth the soul of his servants, and none of them that trust in him shall be desolate.
The 12 Arches Drive-In Church. Yes, it's happening every Sunday at 5 in the afternoon, May through until September 2025. Sunday, the 8th of June 2025, with Joseph and Sandra Kennaway from Belfast City Mission. All taking place Murlock Dundrum Road, Newcastle, County Down, BT 33 0QX, and everyone is welcome. And then we move on to Hillmount Nurseries. That's 56 Upper Braniel Road, and that's in Belfast, BT 57 TX. Miracles of God's Amazing Grace is the title, with Pamela Brown and Elaine Price, all from the Staris Foundation. The interview but will be by Victor Maxwell, and then we have dinner and fellowship Saturday the 28th of June at 1 in the afternoon. Further details about this event, along with menu details, contact Desi on 079 776 37282. Tea and coffee is included. Spaces are limited. Okay, just before we hear the next song, I had a great chuckle to myself with this, which appeared on my social media page. You know, as I read it, I couldn't help but realise that some applies to me. I'm now at that age when I don't like, number one, driving at night. Number two, leaving the house at night. Number three, driving in winter. Number four, leaving the house in winter. Number five, don't mind driving. And finally, number six, well, let's just say, depending on the mood, leaving the house. A sure sign of too many birthdays. How many did you tick? Speaking of birthdays, our birthday shout out on the way. Right after, we have Something by the Carolina Boys Quartet. And that something is I'm Ready to Go.
It all started with the promise that one day the Son of God would come again. And within me, it fanned a fire. And I'm waiting now for Jesus to descend. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. When he calls my name, I'll fly. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. And I'll leave this world behind. It may be morning, night, or noon. Oh, he just can't come too soon. Because I know I'm ready to go. Well, I won't worry about tomorrow. If he doesn't come today, I won't lose faith. I'm gonna keep on hoping and keep on believing for that moment when we'll all be caught away. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. When he calls my name, I'll fly. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. And I'll leave this world behind. It may be morning, night, or noon. Oh, he just can't come too soon. Because I know I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. When he calls my name, I'll fly. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. And I'll leave this world behind. It may be morning, night, or noon. Oh, he just can't come too soon. Because I know. Because I know. Because I know I'm ready to go.
Okay, hey to Lorna Nicholson watching in today, Margaret Venard, Freddie Laverty, Margaret Anderson, Ruth Taylor's over on YouTube, Barry Mitchell is also there. Let's do the weather after a rather dreary start to June. What's our weather getting up to today and the start of the working week? Here's how the weather is looking. Sunday definitely looks to be the better day of our weekend. Dry early sunshine will give way to a cloudier afternoon. Monday starts off the working week. It's going to be cloudy and dry at first before heavy rain moves in from the west in the day, and temperatures hovering in and around 15 to 16 degrees Celsius.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
And who has a birthday this week? Happy birthday to Dawn McKinley for Tuesday the 2nd of June. And also our dear friend Joan McWhirter, whose birthday falls on Saturday the 14th of June. We wish a happy birthday to all our country and Southern Gospel friends. Sadly, out of time. I'll have more for you next week, DV. Thanks for your company. We are going out with something by the Plyland family, who, along with Tribute Quartet and Aaron Green, an unforgettable night of Southern Gospel music in Cullman, Alabama, Friday, June the 13th, 2025, 7 in the evening. Pleasant Grove Baptist Church. Further details, pilotfamily.com. Get ready to worship. Last time today, if I was in Cullman, Alabama, June 13th, I'd want to be in Pleasant Grove Baptist Church. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday and the week ahead. Remember to keep smiling. God really does love you. It's the Pilot family with Still Blessed. Remember, you don't have to be local to be family. Safe home on Wednesday to Scotland. Always a joy to see you. Hope you take away lasting memories of your trip and the people you met. Let's have the music. This has been Making Melody with Roy, a studio-based production for the Country and Southern Gospel Channel.